Alright, how's everybody doing? Got some cars here I need to look at. Hey, Carl. So, when I raced Saturday at Steve's, Vinny asked me to take a look at some of his cars, his club cars. Hey, Mayor. This is Vinny's box stock Super 7. This thing just got real slow. Steve and I were going by him like nothing, so I got to see what's up with his car. This is also Vinny's Spec Racer Viper V3 club car. This thing was getting hot, like 160 plus degrees. So I had made it higher for him, but it's still just not as fast as it should be. So I'm going to take a look at that. This is a brand new Super 7 box stock form. So Terry sells Super 7s that he hand picks the armature for cars that run the best, and he turns them into box stock class for our group, because just about everybody in the Florida HO Racers group uses a Super 7. But it has to be a certain Super 7. It has to be an unbalanced arm, so there can't be any balance pieces of plastic in between the stacks there to balance it like the balanced arm has. It has to be the non-CNC front end on it. And it has to be level 6 traction magnets. Those are the per hopper rules for a Super 7. You could change the rear axle. You could change the hubs. You can't change the gear or the axle itself, but you could put dual flange hubs and you could put whatever tires you want. Most guys take this car down pretty low, like 420 or 418. I don't know what's up with this tire. It's got quite a bit of extra plastic on it right there. This car was okay. On the track, it wasn't as fast as mine or Steve's, so Vinny was like, would you mind taking a look at this one too? But this is literally brand new. We ran a few laps with it. So, hey, Mark. And then I have here from Steve his Mega G Plus IROC set, which he said is just not running that good. And they weren't. They were noisy. They weren't that fast. They didn't run anywhere near as good as mine. He did change the rear pinion and rear axle setup with a Hardin Creek Mega G Plus setup. Single flange hubs with CNC hubs. So it does have a better pinion gear and a better rear axle setup, but there's just something not great about those. He did put an aluminum independent front end on these cars. I think he has 340 front tires. I'll have to take a look at that. We'll see what I get up to today. I'll see as much as I can get done. I am expecting a call from my garage because my daughter's car is in the shop. Yesterday when I was out at Ralph's, she called me, my car is making a really loud noise. So I had today off. I had her drive it to the shop, and this morning I went over and dropped off the spare key, and I took a listen to it, and it almost sounds like an exhaust issue. The engine looked fine. There's no warning lights or anything coming on, but it's just louder than it should be. And my daughter said it was pretty loud when she accelerates. And she said when she makes a turn, it was even louder, which, yeah, I don't know what to make of that. But so I'm waiting for my garage to call, and if they do call me, using my phone for this video. I'm gonna have to take that call. I don't know if the video will just pause and I could start the feed back up, but if we get disconnected, I guess I'll just start another live feed. Yeah. Yeah, Jag does make a good pinion. So I think the first thing, so I want to look at Vinny's box stock, his main box stock. I put this car on the dyno yesterday, and it was pretty slow. I mean, it was like 2 something. Yeah. This thing just sounds not well. This thing should be up in the 4s, high 9s or low 4s. So definitely, we push these cars to the limit, really. They're not really designed. This little can motor, this is the same can motor that's like in an AFX Tommy Turbo, anything that has this can type motor. And we have it so low, these cars get pretty darn hot. They do run hot because we have them so low in the rear. I think we're pushing them to their limits, really, but they survive for the most part. Even when I race my car, it starts off really fast, like the first 2 heats. Then by the 3rd heat, I could feel it starting to slow down. I'm going to start oiling my car after the 2nd heat. See if that helps, but hey, Dennis. So I'm going to take a look at, I'm going to pop this motor out. There really isn't much I can do without looking at it, so other than it's definitely slower than it should be. I don't think he has a lot of racing in this car. I mean, it's got some time in it, but it shouldn't be like, I wouldn't expect the brushes to be worn out already on this car, but who knows. Let's take a look at that. I'm gonna have to pry this thing open. Trying to tell if I already opened this or not. Almost looks like somebody has already opened this up. Can't be sure. I don't know if is that a better angle? Down closer like that? So you could use whatever method you want to pry. You gotta pry these 4 tabs out. I use like a little plier, but I gotta look under my light for a second. Hey, Keith. I actually use these little cutters because it lets me get a pretty good grip on the edge of the tooth, just to kind of pry it back like that. And then I use my pliers just to crimp it back close when I'm done. right, so we got that all spread out. Then you could use your standard end bell tool to get this end bell off. Yeah, don't look bad. I mean, those brushes don't have a lot of wear to them. Hopefully this armature didn't go bad. Get my little tool that I can actually, I think I have it. Yeah, I got it right back here. I'm gonna use this one. This actually, I think Steve Petrush actually made this as well. You can put your armature in there and it holds it. Then you could get your own meter. You could ohm out all the stacks. So let's see what we got here. 7.4. My leads probably are 7.3. Yeah, and I have 1.6. Wow. Got about a little 1.2 ohms I have to subtract. So yeah, so that's about right at 6 ohms. Yeah, right at 6 ohms. Right, yeah, it's not bad. It looks okay. I guess we'll clean it up and I'll check the tension on the brushes and we'll put it back together. Hey, Snuggie. So I'm going to use my little brush here and just kind of give the comm plates a quick, since I got this thing open, might as well clean it. Alright, that looks pretty good. Yeah, you can see that. See if I can get more light on the subject here. That tool polishes it up pretty good. Yeah, not a lot of tension on this top arm. See if I can tweak this a little bit. I'm just putting a little bit of, you know, pressure at the point where the arm attaches. So you bend in here, pry that down, and then you go under here and you pry that up. It's hard for me to do it on the camera, sorry. I have to look under my lights because I got crappy eyes. And you want to try and have both brushes meet at the center opening of the bushing, which these look pretty good. Did you guys watch that Game 7 of the World Series? Oh my God. Felt bad for Toronto. Hey, Josh. Hey, William. Alright, so I'm going to put this arm back in here. Put our pinion gear back on. I hate how easy this bushing moves in here. If you don't put the thing in completely straight, it goes on an angle. It's kind of annoying. I feel like I've screwed up all the tweaking I just did. Yeah. Jeez. That was a pain. It's a Super 7 box stock class. So it's got a non-balanced arm. It's basically the base model Super 7 with the non-CNC front end. No balanced arm. but you can change the rear hubs and tires. So you could basically take the car as low as you want in the rear, which is kind of what my group does. I was saying earlier, we kind of stress these things to their limits as far as heat. All right. So the motor is all back together. Spinning freely. May as well clean these hangers since I got this thing out. I'm just going to give these a quick little cleaning. And these do have the little forward bend in the hanger to help keep the pickup shoe on. Alright. Pop this motor back in. You do have to kind of observe the same, make sure the tabs clear the hangers. I usually pry from underneath, so I'll get down in here and pry this forward because there really isn't room. Like on a Viper, I can go next to the tab of the end bell and kind of pry it forward. Can't really do that with these. So you gotta just kind of pry it. Make sure those get behind there before you push it back down. Alright. Put our magnets back in. We do high downforce. Yeah, you can see how definitely was riding the rails at Steve's house. Got some pretty good marks in the magnets. What did I do with the, here it is. Actually, let me give this a little bit of oil. I don't know, I kind of had a hard time getting the end bell back on. I hope I didn't mess up the tension on the brush arms. Kind of was not happy with that. Might be taking this apart all over again if it's still running like crap. Definitely not binding. Actually, it's almost too loose. Yeah, it is. It is too loose. Look, if I push this way, I can get the gears to slip. I got to take this hub off and put another spacer on that. Work is never done. All right, let's put these springs back in. These pickup shoes are pretty dirty. I don't know what it is about the rails on Steve's track, but it makes our tires dirty. Makes our pickup shoes dirty. I don't like this. I bought some new. This is too soft. Doesn't really do a good job like the other blue one I had was a little bit stiffer. I'm going to switch back to it. I almost sent that spring flying. These springs do stick out pretty far on these Super 7s. It's kind of a pain in the neck to get the spring compressed under the pickup shoe. Alright. Hey, Jim. Oh, yeah. Look how much better that works in that right brush. Yeah. It's just a little bit firmer. Yeah, I don't know. There's just something not good with this car. take a look at this other brand new one. This one's better, obviously, but this car just slow. What do you mean the rear end doesn't sound kosher? There's nothing wrong with the rear end. All the teeth look perfectly fine on this crown gear. I mean, it could use a little bit more spacing, so there's a little less back and forth, but that wouldn't cause it to be that slow. Never ends. Well, the motor sounds rough. The whole car just sounds slow. I'm gonna put a different armature in it. I got plenty of these standard Super 7 armatures. I think I'm gonna replace the whole motor box. They didn't look it unless I just soaked them just now and I gave a little oil, but I didn't give it a lot of oil. I would like to reuse this end bell because I do have a couple of extra ones, but I don't have a lot. And the brushes really didn't look that bad on as far as wear. They're not really broken in all the way. The top brush is broken in, the bottom brush is not. Maybe I'll hit it a little bit with the brush radius tool. See if we can't do a few spins with this. looks better. That bottom brush is almost broken in. Let me give it a few more turns. Yeah, there's definitely not a lot of oil in here. That much I can tell you. Not really a lot of oil at all. It's not like it's wet. Sorry guys, I know this is not very exciting and you can't see what I'm doing. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and use a brand new motor box, different armature. I don't even think this armature was ever run. I had ordered like 5 extra of these can motors and I took the end bells off them. This is such a pain. I think I'm just gonna take this stupid bushing out. just gonna put this right on the end of the thing here. And I'm gonna put it in that way. Why the heck can't I get this thing to go in? I'm starting to become not a fan of these motors. There we go. I feel like I messed up the tension trying to get the stupid thing on. All my work tweaking the brush arms is going down the drain because I can't get the bushing to go in right. All right. I don't know if this is going to help or not, but if it doesn't, I'm going to have to come back to this later because I want to play around with some of these other cars. I want to spend the whole show on this one car. Well, the Super 7 Area 51 has level 10 magnets as well, so it's got a lot more downforce. And it has a stronger arm, so... Oops, sorry, I'm bumping the camera. A little bit better. It's up in the threes at least, but 340. Nowhere near where it should be. Oh, there it goes. Yeah, it's definitely better than it was. I'll have to do some laps with it. tell. I didn't oil the new rear. Oh, I can see all tiny little fiberglass shards right here from that damn polishing. Probably gonna get all in my fingers. I usually clean that over the garbage pail because I know the little fibers come off that tool. I do need to fix this rear axle real quick. I gotta put another spacer on this thing. Pull this hub off. All right. Hey, Sean. All right, let me get some spacers. This spacer looks like a 10, maybe a 10 thousandths. I'm gonna try 15 thousandths. This might be a little too fat. I guess we'll see. Yeah, that's about perfect. 15 thousandths did it. Got just a little bit of play. All right, put this hub back on. always like to use a little bit of Loctite once I take a hub off if I'm gonna reuse it. Put a little bit of Loctite on there. This I have to just kind of do trial and error. Fits. It's a little bit. Actually, that looks pretty good. Yeah. Space looks just about even. I think that is pretty good. Not great. I mean, 350. It's better than being in the twos, but there we go. 380. Need to check the, that's the new chassis. Oh no, that's the old chassis. It's this new chassis. Yeah, this new one's definitely faster. That one's just up in the fours. Switching them over to the new chassis. I gotta check the spring tension. I have to push down on this car on the dyno to get the speed to go up. It's almost like the spring tension's too loose. Actually, I'm curious what the spring tension is, so we'll get out the see what the spring tension is on this new car. 8.4, that's good. 10, that's not bad. That's in range. 11. 12. It's even got a little bit more tension. It's definitely got enough tension. Yeah, the new car runs pretty good. The new chassis just needs to be broken in a little more. This was in like the 380s before. It's already up in the 4s. Yes, the different size tires will, the lower you make this, because these screws act as a magnet and it attracts pulls the car down. So the lower you take the car, it is going to be slower on the dyno. Yeah. These tires are a little bit soft, actually. These blue tires that Terry's been putting on these cars. Let's see what size this is. It's like 318. Yeah, it's loose on 320. I'm sorry, 418. Interesting, this one's a lot tighter. This is definitely a lot snugger, this one tire. 420 goes right through on this side. It's almost like this is a different size tire. The fact that I could pop these off with my fingers tells me that they're not a very stiff. I don't know what tires these are, to be honest with you. They might be super tires. They came from Hardin Creek like this. Yeah, so it's kind of loose on 420. Yeah, it's not the hub, it's the tire. I think this is one size bigger. I hate to say it. I don't know what to tell Vinny. Maybe I can give him a whole different set of tires, because you don't want to have two different size tires. Yeah, it's definitely, this is all the way up to like 426, almost 428. Yeah, that's no good. That's a mix up. That's annoying. I'll have to let Vinny know that. I'm going to take these off. I'll give him the tires when I meet him at the race. We're racing at Hardin Creek this Saturday coming up, so I'm going to be at Terry's place. We're going to race on his track. I got to figure out what tires I want to put on there for. should come in at like a 418. Yeah. I got these tires from my buddy Brian. He found a supplier. He got these in green and red. The green is a firm tire and the red is even stiffer. Yeah, that's good. It's the same size now at least. Yeah, that runs good. Looks a little funky with the green tires, but actually they don't look that bad. Don't look that bad, the green and red. I gotta put the computer on, hold on. If this car does in the 2.9s, I'll be happy because that's what our other good box stocks do, like 2.8, 2.9 on my track. I gotta call the garage. What time is it? 4? Oh no, they're open for another hour and a half. Hey, Gary. Because then they can't charge you for both. Actually, the Viper and Hardin Creek tool does not work on the Super 7. It's too wide. It doesn't fit in that bushing, believe it or not. I have to use this tool, which I got from Scale Engineering. It's got a little bit smaller. This is kind of cool because this is the same size as a armature. So you could put a bushing and a pinion gear on here, and you could actually install it in the car so you get the correct angle on the brushes. So this would actually simulate an armature, and it would be sitting perfectly level, or at least level to the bushings in the car. So when I use this tool on my club cars, I do it that way. And I pop a rear end in, and then I drive the car around. Well, I push it around the track, and it cuts the brushes. The coarse tool does a pretty good job. You only need to do like 10 to 15 turns, and it cuts the brushes pretty quick. I'm gonna move you guys over to the track for a minute here. Don't mind the garage. I got all the stuff out of the attic to put all the Halloween stuff away. I took my Christmas decorations out because this year I'm going to be smart. I'm going to put the Halloween stuff back in first and put the Christmas stuff in front. So this way, in another few weeks, when I go to get all the Christmas decorations, they'll be right there. How about I just put this on the timer too? Only gonna do a few laps. I just want to see what kind of times this car does. Oh, go. There's a 2.8 right there. That's good. 2.85. Heck, I don't even think my car does a 2.85. My car needs a tune-up for sure. Run a few laps with my car, see if I comparable to Minnie's. Don't want Minnie's car to be too fast. I have to race against it Saturday. All right, I just did a 2.81. That makes me happy. I got the faster lap. Woo, 2.79. All right. Do a few more laps with Minnie's car. Don't. It's like a 2.82 is the best I could do without de-slotting with this car, which is a decent time. Uh-oh, he just beat my lap. 2.79. Alright, that's good. I'm happy with this car. I'm happy for Vinny. This car should be competitive.
Yellow flag.
All right, one down, many more to go, because I got to work on my cars too before Saturday. So, I mean, I'm not going to do it all now, obviously, but. And Steve's IROC set can wait. I'm going to have to work on this car. This is still not running. I don't know, I might have to just replace the end bell. Sometimes it happens. No matter what I do to try and tweak the end bell, I put a new one in and it just works great. So I don't want to kill myself trying to get this thing better. It's definitely faster than it was. Let me do a few quick laps with this thing.
Go.
So that's funny. It goes to show you the dyno numbers are not everything. I just did the fastest lap between my car, Vinny's new car. The car that I just tuned up did a 273. So there you go. The car is pretty fast. So it's kind of up to Vinny now to choose which one he wants to use. All right, I'm happy about that.
Yellow flag.
I think both of Vinny's Super 7s are running pretty good. What a mess. They got parts and stuff everywhere. All right. Well, I mean, I swapped out the motor box and the armature and kept his end bell. Car runs good now, so I don't know. Combination of things, I guess. But the new car runs good, and his old one are both. You're losing the reasoning. Well, that's just how it is. Snuggie, when you work on these cars, it's you try all different things. More than likely, it was the end bell. What do you mean when I ran it on the track it was better? The old car or the new one? The new car is getting faster. It was like 380 on the dyno. It's now over 4. I think that car just needs to be broken in a little bit more. It is brand new. Brush is probably just... I should probably run that on, break that in for a half hour or so at 5 volts. See how it runs after. By the way, if you use some tape, you could clean these tools, these brush tools. You can get all the carbon out of the diamond surface there. When I ran it on the track, that's the first time I ran it on the track since I had it here from yesterday. But it was very slow yesterday, and it was very slow on the dyno. It was like a 2 something. So it's definitely improved, whatever I did to it, just by reworking breaking the brushes in with the tool, resetting the tension on the brush arms, cleaning the comm, all those little things helped. don't need this or this. Well, what I was trying to point out is the one that I reworked, I made it better, but it was only hitting like 350, 360 on the dyno, but yet on the track, it runs fine. It did a faster lap than my car, which hits 4 on the dyno, and this new car, which hits 4 on. So my point is, the dyno numbers don't mean everything. I mean, obviously the car was only hitting 2 something. That was not good. That was slow. But, you know, the difference between 360 and 4 on the dyno, I don't know that it equates to a huge difference on the track. Probably not. Hey, Brian. No, I run my dyno at the same voltage as I do on the track, 18.5 volts. So this car was pretty low. I mean, yeah, look at how Steve's rails chewed up this car. Traction magnets. This car got really hot. That's not bad. See what my V3 does. Well, the dyno acts funny with certain armatures. Like when I run my 2.4 ohm Rondo advanced timed arms, sometimes it freaks out the dyno. It doesn't give a accurate number. Don't usually have that problem with the 6 ohm or 5.8 ohm arms. I'm going to go over to the track again because I want to see how these spec racer cars. I don't know. You guys want to see the track or the trying to get both? I guess I can't really get both the track and the timer. I don't even know. Can you guys read the timer from there?
Go.
I'm gonna run some test laps with Vinny's Spec Racer because this thing was getting hot on Steve's track. Now my rails are lower than Steve's, so it might not be as bad on my track. Two 6.4. Should be able to get into 2.5s, I think. See what my car does. Yeah, 2.51. I could probably get into the 2.4s with this car. Yeah, 2.4, 2.47. So Vinny's car is definitely off pace from my car. Because I'm barely, I think 2.6s was the best I could do with Vinny's car. I mean, it's not horrible, but I can tell it doesn't have quite the top end that mine does. .261, get close to 2.5. There's a 2.58. Well, I'll probably tear this car down as well and just clean it all up. Check the end bell and the brush arms and everything as well on his car. Pretty happy with how my car's running. I don't think I'm going to mess with this car other than cleaning it up. Probably put some new pickup shoes on. But if we run Spec Racer, I'm going to run this car. Yeah, I was gonna say I'm about to sign off myself because I want to call the garage and see if they've figured anything out with my daughter's car. So I'm surprised they haven't called me, which is probably not a good sign. So I'll save these cars for during the week. I'll probably do another live show. I'll be working on my cars to get them ready for Saturday. So I'll try and go on live when I'm working on them. But I'm gonna drop off for now and call the shop and then have dinner. Probably watch some football tonight. Who's playing tonight? Anybody know? All right, guys. I will see you all later. Have a good one. Yeah, I can't either, Jim. I'll look it up. All right, talk to you guys later. And good work, Jim, on helping the mayor out, getting that track. I know you guys did a lot of work. I'm looking forward to seeing that all come together. It'll be exciting. All right, guys. Take care. Bye.